Hello, and welcome to another episode of Soap Goes to the Oscars. This is episode 85. I am recording this on May 11th, 2025. I watched the movie yesterday on May 10th. And, for you listening to this, if anyone is, it's only been a few days maybe since you heard the last episode. But for me, it has been 1 month since I watched a movie. We had a busy month with traveling pretty much every weekend, so didn't have a lot of time to watch movies. With that mixed in, finishing up a remodel on a bathroom, so it wasn't a great month for movies. Anyway, we're still on the 1938 Oscars, and the movie I watched this time was Jezebel. Got this one on Amazon. It was $3.99, but I had some credits, so I got it for 52 cents. So my average so far this time is $1.80 a movie. Pretty good. Okay, so a little Wikipedia and some other information. This is a 1938 American romantic drama film released by Warner Brothers and directed by William Wyler. Stars Betty Davis and Henry Fonda. So this was a first for both of them. For me, that a movie that I've seen them an Oscar movie. Now I have seen on Golden Pond before, but as far as me starting from the beginning, this is the first that I've run into these two. Supported by George Brent, Margaret Lindsay, Donald Crisp, Richard Cromwell, and Faye Bainter. The film was adapted by Clements Ripley, Abram Finkel, John Huston, and Robert Buckner from the 1933 play by Owen Davis Sr. The film tells the story of a headstrong young woman during the antebellum period whose actions cost her the man she loves. In 2009, Jezebel was included in the annual selection of 25 motion pictures added to the National Film Registry. Also produced by William Wyler, cinematography by Ernest Haller, edited by Warren Lowe, music by Max Steiner, produced and distributed by Warner Brothers, released in New York on March 10th, 1938, and the rest of the world, I guess, March 26, 1938. Runtime of about 103 minutes. This was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, 1 Best Actress for Betty Davis. Was also nominated for Best Actress in a Supporting Role, which it also won for Faye Bainter. And it was nominated for Best Cinematography and Best Music, obviously Best Picture. On July 19th, 2001, Steven Spielberg purchased Davis's Oscar statuette at a Christie auction and returned it to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. This is the second time in 5 years Spielberg did so to protect an Oscar from further commercial exploitation. Turner Classic Movies states that the lead role was offered as compensation for Betty Davis after she failed to win the part of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, but David O. Selznick never seriously considered her for it. Jezebel was her second Best Actress Oscar win after winning for Dangerous 3 years earlier. Selznick reportedly hired Max Steiner to score Gone with the Wind on the strength of his work on Jezebel. Warner Brothers originally sought to cast Cary Grant for the role of Preston Dillard, but the studio balked at his salary demand of $75,000 and cast Henry Fonda. That's about all they've got on Wikipedia. So this one was pretty good. It was, again, first time I've seen either of these two. Henry Fonda was sort of annoying to me, but Betty Davis was really good. And basic story is, they're engaged to be married, I think. And she's sort of a rebel. She likes to sort of do things outside of the proper way. And one of the things she does is they go to like a ball and all the women wear white if they're not married. And she buys a red dress and wears it, even though he tells her not to. And that was kind of one of the last straws for him. And so he leaves, and a year later comes back with a wife. So, and she thinks that, he's going to be coming back and that she can win him back again. And there's also a plague of yellow fever going on at the time. It all takes place in New Orleans, where that was pretty bad around that time. And so that plays into it a little bit towards the end, and actually a lot of it towards the end. But yeah, not a lot happened, to be honest, but it was, the acting was pretty good. And there's some duels that happen, and but it's a lot of like her being strong-willed and then trying to atone for those things in the second half of the movie. So overall, pretty good. Trying to think. It's, as I said, it's been a month since I watched the last movie. So my memory of the ones that I've watched is not going to be great at this point. So I watched The Adventures of Robin Hood, Pygmalion, Boys Town, and Four Daughters. I believe I like Four Daughters a lot. Robin Hood I liked. Pygmalion, I think I don't know about Boys Town. Boys Town I liked. That was with I can't think of his name. Anyway, I think I've mostly liked these movies so far, and this one was fine. I don't think it's the best one that I've watched, but overall pretty good. I'm gonna keep this one fairly short. There's not a whole lot of information on this one on Wikipedia, so we'll just end it there. Hopefully, I'll see you next time a little bit sooner. But see you next time.